Hi, this is a video that I've been asked to do to explain why I'm so, sorry, I got hair in my eye, why I'm so against Christianity, I am an atheist, and what basically brought me to that point. I apologise in advance for the really sharp quality. I'm using my phone. My fiance won't get off World of Warcraft, so I don't want to vlog right next to him. I don't have a camera. I've only got my iMac, so it's either camera on phone or camera on computer. Why am I an atheist, and what is my background? I actually grew up in a Christian family, a Baptist, very strict Baptist family. Very loving, but very strict. Basically, my parents are very devoutly religious. They're not hypocritical about it, though. They really do believe what they say, and they go to church twice a Sunday, every Sunday. My mother plays piano for churches. They read the Bible every evening. They have prayer in the mornings together and a short reading before my dad goes to work. So I was immersed in that. When I was 7, I gave my heart to Jesus as such. I didn't do it really because I believed what on earth I was doing. It was more to please my parents, and I knew that it meant a lot to them because I, even at that age, was aware of just how much it affected their lives. So I wanted to make them happy with that. So that was at 7, and after that, I was basically, before then I was given a choice of whether to go to church, which is actually a pretty cool thing for them to do. But after that, I was absolutely immersed in it.
I went to youth group on Friday night, church in the morning and the evening on Sundays. Then I had Bible studies on Tuesdays as I was getting older as well in my teenage years. Band practice, I only did it because I like singing, but that was a Christian thing. For Sunday church, I used to sing in the band. Also had extra Bible studies after church on Sunday nights. It was basically, it was all church and school growing up. At the age of 14, I started going out with this guy on the sneaky. Very, very, very religious guy.
My parents didn't know about it because they gave the rule of no dating until after high school. So I was dating him on the sneaky, and he was talking about how he'd been baptised 2 years before. Dedicate your own life to God. So I was 14 with this guy who was a couple of years older, very, very, a lot taller than me. He was 6'4" at the time. He's like 6'5.5" now. Well, last time I bumped into him, and I wanted to impress him. So I got baptised. I didn't admit it to anyone why I'd done it, and my parents were incredibly happy with me. They had hopes that I would, go along into basically a life of ministry or something to do, live how they did. But the whole time there were doubts in my mind. The whole time I never believed it. I never felt the Holy Spirit, which started to really hate pop, and basically started to delve into the darker side of things. Not dark as in evil, but dark as in rich, full of like fun and pleasure, and basically a hedonistic kind of way of seeing things. I didn't know why I had to deny myself things that were in the world if they were there to be enjoyed, as long as, I didn't hurt myself. Why couldn't I? Why did I have to live by such strict morals that I personally didn't agree with? So I started getting into that. My parents started to really worry about me. I actually hid all of my goth clothing. They really annoyed me. Yeah, so I hid all of my goth clothing until my mother found it one day, and gave it to the salvos, or was it Good Sammy's? Can't remember. Thousands of dollars worth of clothing. But yeah, so I started getting into that scene. My parents started to pray for my soul. Met this girl. Wouldn't say fell in love with her, but grew infatuated with her, and we were kind of just friends mainly. But I started to have all these strange desires, you know, for a Christian. Anything to do with gay or anything is wrong, and I'd always had somewhat of an attraction to women, but I liked guys too, so I just thought that it was just something strange and to ignore it. But things started to get pretty full on with her, and I started to really dislike people that I knew from church. Really just didn't feel like I fit in at all. I'd, go to band practice and want to practice with songs that weren't gospel music. Just started to go off the rails a bit, rebelling and whatnot. I'd picking up smoking a lot more frequently. Typical underage drinking and sleeping with people, but basically it was because I had such a strict controlled environment. I felt so trapped, so I made myself free in as many ways as I could. I started doing all that until finally I was 18. I decided it was time to move out of home. My sister, who was 28 and getting married, but not married yet, still living at home, still had a curfew of 1 a.m. and she had to tell my parents where she was at all times. I didn't like that idea. So I moved out at 18, met the guy that I'm now engaged to. He knocked on my door, but that's another story. I was free. I believed in God, kind of, for a while. More of a vague belief in a possible being that created the universe, like a child with a dollhouse. Didn't believe the Bible. And it's been probably in the last 18 months that I really have decided that I'm not agnostic or whatever. And I don't really like putting a label on things. Don't really like going, yes, I'm an atheist, and that's my label. I'm an atheist. I subscribe to the atheist religion. Being an atheist is cool. Well, I think it is anyway. It suits me. But it's not about being an atheist. It's just about the fact that I don't believe in God, and I'm not going to pretend to anymore. There was a lot of stuff that went down when I left the church that I was going to, a lot of hypocrisy that I then saw. But yeah, not the time to get into it now. But if anyone's interested in it, then I can make a video later about specific things. I'm putting this as a video response because I'm a huge fan of what you have to say, and you might find a completely different, other side of the world view or whatever interesting. So hope you've enjoyed this shite quality video. So yeah.